Hello traders, welcome to yet another video. Today's video is all about how to set alerts on TradingView. You're going to learn the basics about how to create an alert on TradingView. As you can see that right here, this is the alert menu, including going through its settings, message, and notifications. We are going to talk about the difference between price alerts versus indicator alerts. And lastly, we are briefly going to cover the alerts tab right off to the right of the chart here, which will show you all the alerts you've ever created, and it will allow you to manage it in multiple different ways. Also note that here we'll get started with the basics for everyone. So first of all, what you have to know about alerts is that we have this alert button on the top of the chart. Now, when you click on this alert button, you're going to get an alert box that looks just like this. And as you can see here, some of the fields in the box are already pre-populated to make it easy for you. So you can see the symbol I'm looking at is currently gold. You can see that right here. You can also see that the condition is price, so it's a price alert. And you can see this cursing, it's cursing both up and down. But if I click this drop down, there are a number of different customizations that I might want to explore. For example, maybe I want to get an alert if gold only crosses up above a price, or if it crosses down below a price, or perhaps if it moves up or down a specific percentage. Now, once you make your selection, you're gonna wanna continue following this workflow. So we've got our value here and then our price. To make things easy, I'm gonna type in gold at 3,948. I'm also gonna do crossing up, meaning that this is a price alert when gold price crosses up above the value of 3,948. I want to get an alert only once, although I can get it every time, meaning that every time it happens, I get an alert. Let's do only once for now. Also, it could be an open-ended alert, meaning that TradingView would track this alert as long as it takes until this happens. Then I click message, and I can even add some custom details about this message. Right now, gold crosses 3,948. This is pre-filled in for me. I can even give it a custom name by typing gold crossing up, just like that. And if I click through notifications, you'll see all of the areas where I can actually get notified. From being notified in the app to getting a toast notification right here, an email, a webhook, or even the sound of my choice, which is quite fun if you really get good at it and want to hear specific noise whenever an alert goes off. You could keep it simple with a thin little beep, perhaps something chirpy. You could even have a little bit more noises like dog barking, for example, or even human voices like,
Attention.
Hey, take a look.
Look at me.
Hey,
the choice is ultimately yours, but you have all these options. Now, when you're ready, click create, and just like that, you will see an alert right here on the chart. Check it out, you can't miss this. It's going across the chart with this dotted pink line. In addition, I can even hover my mouse over it to see the title next to this little trash can. So I've just created my first price alert. Now in this video, I do want to briefly cover an indicator and a strategy alert. But let me also remind you guys that the plan or the subscription that you have will dictate the numbers of alerts that you're gonna get. This is a price alert. So a price alert means that if this symbol gold goes above or below a specific price, I get an alert. And the great thing about TradingView in this regard is that price alerts and indicator alerts are counted separately. Now, an indicator alert, for example, if I do a simple moving average here, is going to be an example where if price goes below this indicator, so this is a line here that I'm going to make a little bit more visible and easy for you guys to see. Just like that, this is a moving average. Well, if this price of gold were to suddenly drop through this indicator, I could tell TradingView to alert me. So I click add an alert, and now you can see it's pre-populated and the fields are a bit different. Condition is SMA, which is simple moving average. I can even access some of the features that come with this simple moving average, like the upper Bollinger Band. But the point here is that now this is an indicator alert. So with your TradingView plan, you're going to get different numbers of alerts for each, and they are counted separately.
Hey, take a look. Hey, take a look.
Now, as you can see here, that alert just went off. That's because I had it let me know that if gold goes above or below that simple moving average, and is clearly below the simple moving average, so the alert did fire off. But remember, that's a different alert than this pink line, which is the first price alert that I created for you all on this video. So let's talk about it. If you have an essential plan, you get 20 price alerts and 20 technical alerts. That's 40 alerts. If you have a plus plan, you get 100 price alerts and 100 technical alerts. That's 200 total alerts. If you have a premium plan, you get 400 price alerts and 400 technical alerts. That's 800 alerts. So as you can see here, you're going to get a number of alerts, and the best part is that they are counted differently. Now, if you go over here to your alerts command center, you can see all the alerts you've ever created, even a log. What's cool about a log is every time an alert goes off, you're going to see it right here in the log. And the log is just a place for you to view quick information about all the alerts that you have created, whereas the actual alerts tab is all of the alerts, and then of course giving you the ability to restart them all, pause them all, delete them all, filter them, customize them, and all sorts of good features like that. This video will help you make sure that you know where to go when creating and managing alerts. Now, what's really important as well about this video and the next logical step is not only to show you guys the alert button, but something you may have picked up on is the ability, wait, I'm gonna delete this, we don't need this anymore, delete. Yes, so which is the ability to right click anywhere on the chart. Now, this is a really nice way to effectively find a price point on the chart. Maybe you think you missed a gold move, you would like it to come up a bit. Maybe you want to test an area of supply, like this area of supply. Well, I can move my mouse up here to the chart. Here it is. See that? And then what I can do is right click on the chart and just click add alert at that price level. Hence, you can utilize the chart itself and your mouse to find the perfect price, then click add alert, and just like that you can create an alert. Now, I've walked you through this alert message box already, and it's important though just to remind you all of some few key features now that we have spoken about the total numbers of price alerts that you get and the total numbers of technical alerts. So for example, this expiration open-ended alert, you can see this here. You can toggle this on and off. This is a specific feature for paid upgraded accounts. So if this is something that you're interested in, make sure that you understand what account you have and if you have the ability to do an open-ended alert. As mentioned earlier, an open-ended alert means that the alert is always active, never expires. But if you have a time frame in mind, a cutoff date in mind, you can set that cutoff date and click set. As you can see here, if the alerts does not trigger by November 20th, it's just going to get deleted. In addition, as you get started with this creating alert feature, there's the ability to add placeholders, which are nice and quick ways to add a specific detail about the alert that will be automatically populated. So if I click ticker. This is going to fill in gold. But if I had created this alert on another chart and I had multiple of these alerts going, you could imagine, like, one could say NASDAQ or crude oil or pound dollar. You've got these awesome quick placeholders, and you can see here you have general capabilities ticker, exchange, interval, time now, symbol, data, open, close, high, low, volume, quote, and base. So if you want to add in the open, if you want to add in the close, maybe you want to add open, high, low, close, volume. You're not near your computer, for example, and you don't know what happened, but the alert fires off. Well, now you're going to get all of this data here when it does fire off, and it's sent to you. And you're going to get these items here populated for your needs. Now, if we click through here again, we've got notifications, which we have walked through, but it's important for you to remember that if you click specific alerts to show up in specific places, you have these specific boxes checked for your specific needs. Now, keep in mind that when you click a webhook URL, this is how you can send it to an app, to a chat, to a website. You could create your own process just by bringing in a specific URL to handle the alert. So make sure that you also check these boxes as you need so that alert is operating for your intended use cases. So I'm going to go ahead and click create again. Let's do crossing down. Let's see here. I have 3,940. It's currently 3,942. So if it ever crosses below this level, alert me, and then click create and give it a second. There it is. The alert has been created, and you can even see the pre-populated field here as well. So this is the introduction to alerts, and at this point in time, you're gaining a great understanding, but it just gets better because did you know that you can also create alerts on drawing tools? This is not going to work for every single drawing tool, but there are a number of drawing tools here where you can create alerts on them. Now, naturally, you can't just create an alert on a brush tool because it's pretty freehand, it's random, it's very detailed. How could you ever create an alert on something that's free moving? But a trend line, of course, is something that has a specific starting points and ending points and follows a specific grid. And so if you draw on a chart and then right click, you can add alerts on these trend lines. Now, as you can see here, we are really taking you into the fine details of alerts on TradingView. And these are the powerful features that come with alerts as you get started. I'm just going to go through this one more time so you guys can see. Find a drawing tool of your choice. Generally, it's going to be a drawing tool like a trend line, horizontal line, or a vertical line because these are the lines with specific data points on the chart. So I'm going to do a horizontal line, and you can see this high here. See this high here? I'm going to go ahead and click. Now I've got this horizontal line at the very high. Well, you know what? This is really thin. So let me make sure that this line is a little easier, bigger, thicker for you guys to see. I'm going to do let's do green line, and what I want to know is I want to know when gold gets to this specific level. Now, if it gets to this level and touches this horizontal line, I need to know. If you're a drawer, you like to draw on charts, like to add trend lines to charts, horizontal line, this is a very important feature for you. So what I would naturally do, as you've seen, is that now that I've drawn my line here, my horizontal line, I would right click on this line and then click add alert on the horizontal line, and just like that the message box opens up and I can follow these specific instructions just as you've learned all through the video. This is why the alerts just keeps getting better and better. Now, as you can see here, not only can you create these price alerts and technical alerts, but you can also have the ability to do drawings alerts as well, and then follow this same walkthrough so that the alert triggers when it hits this specific drawing tool. Now you can always ensure that you have your drawing tool selected just by checking a few details in the settings box. As you can see here where it says settings, you've got the horizontal line. Well, that's the horizontal line we just drew. So now we know that this is essentially a horizontal line just for us. Now also if you click message as well, this is pretty wonderful. You can, for example, also see that crossing horizontal line has been filled in. This means that we also know we have selected horizontal lines. So here I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that my notifications are checked accordingly and then click create. And just like that, as you can see, the alert icon is here. One of the great things about drawing alerts is that you can even add text to the drawing. You can now combine everything about drawing tools and their capabilities with adding these specific alerts. So I could type alerts at high, and then we can change the color of the text here as well, just like that. And we can also move this to the right, to the center, high. Let's just leave this at center, alerts at high, and just like that, we have got all of this laid out for us. So look at this wonderful trend line going across the chart where it says alerts at high. We drew that and we know the alert has triggered because look at this alert icon here. We know that alert has been set. Now, if we go through our alert center here, we're going to be able to see this alert as well. Let's actually do that. Let's sort this by date created, newest, and here it is, horizontal line. So just like that, we have created an alert with a drawing, and this is the power of alerts. This video has now given you the full background that you need to understand alerts at the most core level, as well as a few advanced topics that I briefly brushed up on this video. But the best part is that you were able to learn all this just now in this detailed educational video. You now have an overview of alerts, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment field below, and make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like button. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye bye.